We're here in the European clubbing capital that is Ibiza for this season's opening parties, including Ushuaia, Space, Pacha and the International Music Summit. Welcome to Toolroom TV, Episode 8.
Firstly, we get a quick tour with UK artist Hot Since 82 as he takes us to his favourite spots on the south coast.
We're also at the Gran Hotel and the amazing Dalt Villa for the International Music Summit. We talk to DJ Driis, also known as actor Idris Elba, and songwriting extraordinaire Nile Rodgers.
Then we call into Ashwire and talk with partner and creative director Yann, and also one of Cadenza's leading artists, Reboot. Following that, we head just across the road to Ibiza Institute Space. Mark Knight plays the infamous flight stage outside the club that marks the opening and closing of the club every year. And we catch up with Fanciulli as he closes the fiesta.
And finally, we call into Ibiza's longest standing club, Pacha. There are many changes at Pacha this season, including the addition of EDM night Dirty Dutch, headed by Chuckie. We speak with the boss man and his guest Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. Make yourself comfortable and get ready for Toolroom TV Episode 8.
One of the UK's most exciting artists, Hot Since 82, takes us on a tour of the island of some of his favourite spots when he's not DJing.
First, we head off on a quick whistle-stop tour of the south of the island, arriving first at what can only be described as the magical Ashwire, near the beautiful Cadenza beach.
Hi, I'm Hot Since 82 and you're watching Toolroom TV, and we're here in Ibiza. And I just want to show you a few places that I think you should check out if you're here on holiday. And today we're at Ashwire, the third most magnetic place on earth. Apparently it has healing powers. And yeah, I'm just going to show you some nice places and some cool beaches. Let's get cracking.
Ashwire is an island rock that broke off from mainland Ibiza during seismic shifts 155 million years ago. There are many local folklore stories of the awesome island, and its location is visible on any good Ibiza map. We strongly suggest you look for the hidden paths along the mountain to get the best views. Next, we head down to Salinas.
En route to Salinas, Hot Since 82 passes his favourite restaurant and thinks back on his very first visit to the island.
So we're on the right hand side ahead, we're just about to pass KM5, which I personally think is a great restaurant. And if you get a chance, please check it out. I always get the steak, medium, it's perfect. Yeah, the first full season was 2006, and I came out with 5 of my best friends staying in sunny San Antonio. It's a pretty mental one, to be fair. You can't buy your memories like that, 5 of your best friends out here all summer, and I was resident at Cream actually. That's the reason that I actually came out. Originally, it was my idea, I was going to be playing at Cream pretty much every week, and lucky enough to drag 5 of your best friends with you. Yeah, it was perfect, it was good. So on the right hand side again, we're coming up to what was one of my favourite places probably in the world. This is a club called DC10. On the Monday morning they do a night called Circle Loco, which is very popular on the island, and I spent many hours, a lot of money, and burned a lot of brain cells there many a times.
Not far down the road from DC10 is the beautiful beach of Salinas, with waters comparable to Formentera and the Caribbean, and amazing restaurants such as the Jockey Club. But be warned, this beach gets ridiculously crowded during peak season months of July and August.
So we've landed at Salinas, which I think personally is a great beach to visit. I've been coming here for quite a number of years, and the thing about this beach is it has everything. As you can see, the water's clear, and there's a lovely restaurant called the Jockey Club. The fish there is just like amazing, so you can soak up the sun, get your feet wet, and eat some amazing food. So I highly recommend it. So you should also check it out.
So there you have it, the beaches of Cadenza and Salinas, restaurants KM5 and the Jockey Club, and of course the magical Ashwire. When you visit Ibiza this year, you can catch Hot Since 82 playing at Sankey's for Flying Circus, Space for Richie Horton's Enter and We Love, Ushuaia for Ants and Pete Tong's Le Grand Bazaar, and also playing for Get Physical at Vista Club, Privilege, he's in demand.
The International Music Summit kicks off the Ibiza season at the 5-star Gran Hotel, with music industry professionals taking time out to discuss business with their peers. It also hosts 2 parties at World Heritage Site Dalt Villa at the top of Ibiza town. It's a spectacular setting for a music event, and the lineup included acts such as Sven Vath, Pete Tong, Fatboy Slim, Scuba, Ten Snake, Maya Jane Coles and many more. At the conference we caught up with DJ Driis, who you may also know as actor Idris Elba, and songwriting legend Nile Rodgers, who has recently worked with Daft Punk on their album Random Access Memories.
No, we're here in Ibiza, and IMS is my first time here and the first time being invited. And I was fortunate to be a keynote speaker yesterday at the IMS, which I was really nervous about. Pete Tong was asking the questions, and we had a good time. It's good, man. I think the festival's amazing. It's like it's like the biggest congregation of a bunch of nerds you've ever have seen in your life. But cool nerds, of course, very cool. And what I like about it, it's not all about partying and DJing. It's about the industry. It's about the trends. It's about, you know, the legends. It's about, you know, the support system. It's amazing, actually. It's really good. So this won't be my last IMS, I promise. No, my second trip to Ibiza. The first trip I had was last year, and I DJ'd a set for Usher at Ushuaia, and it was my first time in Ibiza, and I fell in love there. And I fell in love with it because it is party town, but people really know their music. They know what they want to hear, and you know, it's kind of primal. They listen to the beats, and they know, you know, the DJs and stuff. It's really good. Yeah, when I played at Dalt Villa, wicked. You know, it was probably my best set to an industry crowd ever, because I got to play exactly what I want to play, and actually there were people in the audience and in the industry where I was playing their music as well. So it was very, very sort of like specific. You know, sometimes you get gigs, and you know, I'm getting gigs where I have to sort of broaden it out a little bit, and I didn't have to do that last night. And you know, of course, I'm playing in between Pete Tong and Fatboy Slim and Hot Since '82, and you know, massive DJs, and so you know, I really brought my game to the table. It was amazing. And by the way, I've never played in a castle before, so
We sat down with a songwriting superstar that is Nile Rodgers to get his take on the International Music Summit and Ibiza, and also to speak to him after the release of Daft Punk's new album Random Access Memories.
I first came to Ibiza a year ago, almost a year to the day, and I didn't know what to expect, and it's been amazing. Not only have I formed great relationships, wonderful new songwriting partners, but the experience was amazing. Last year, I met one of the guys who's my big heroes, Giorgio Moroder, and he and I obviously collaborated on the new Daft Punk record, so it couldn't have been more perfect. And now, a year later, I get to talk about this record, whereas last year I had to sort of clam up and not say much. It's interesting that when it comes to music, especially going out for a live experience, I find that it's the same as food or restaurants. My palate is pretty varied, and I don't necessarily want to go have Italian food every night of the week. I'm not that guy. I like to mix it up. So, for example, one of the best nights I've had in a long time was in the DJ booth with Carl Cox at Ultra. It was like, I had so much fun, and the show was killing. He was spot on. And then I was with Luciano like a couple of days before, and it was also spilling with a different kind of crowd. And then, you know, I was sitting in the studio. Actually, I was working with Avicii, and he had to go home early that night because he was just exhausted because he just worked the night before in Vegas. So he went home. I get a phone call from Prince's manager and says, you know, Prince has something he wants you to hear. And he sends these girls over called King. And I was absolutely blown away. Next thing you know, I wound up writing a song and putting the girls King on the song that I wrote with Tim. And he woke up the next morning and went, nah, this is unbelievable. And so it's, you know, now I'm a huge fan of King. And anytime they would play somewhere, I'd be sitting in the front row. These girls are geniuses. It's amazing what they did. And what they do, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. Janelle Monáe, same thing. She's, I met her a couple of years ago, and the moment we met, it was like she was my sister. We were just drawn to each other, and I started saying to myself, man, am I watching the female David Bowie? Is this what she's going to evolve into? You know, so it just depends. Like I said, it's like food. You know, my palate is broad, and I don't know what I want to. It changes all the time. But one thing I do know is that I love good food, and I love good music, and I love good artists. So.
Undoubtedly one of the hottest venues right now in Ibiza is Ushuaia. We sat down with partner and creative director Yann to get his view on the concept behind it and what's going on there this summer. We then sat down with Reboot for a 5-minute quick chat about his new residency, Rock and Beats, and what he's up to throughout the summer on the island.
Current form, Ashwire launched in 2011 and was a storming success, booking everyone from David Guetta to Luciano. Now the parties planned are as big and extravagant as ever. And they also have a new addition, the Ushuaia Tower, aimed mostly at the VIP market. We spoke to partner and creative director Yann.
When I came here 5 years ago now, near 6 years ago, to Ibiza Island, my concept was, I had a totally different idea of what was happening here. I was thinking about open air parties, I was thinking about Ibiza. In my mind was beautiful girls, people dancing down in the sun, and the stars, open air. So I saw this, and I saw a real feeling like a necessity of coming back to 30 years ago when the parties were open air and were daytime, and it was not existing nothing like this. They cut after parties 6 years ago, and the daytime and open air disappeared totally. When you have a big slot in the afternoon and you can give them the possibility of partying from 4 or 5 in the afternoon till 12, and then coming back home, going to have a dinner or something, and then going to bed. And at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you can be on the beach. You can take your boat. You can discover the island. You can do like proper holidays or proper tourism. So you can party, and then you can mix it with enjoying the island. And one big part of the concept that we are bringing to is big production. When I mean big production, is we try to incorporate to the EDM and to the normal show of electronic music some kind of magic. No, when I mean magic, I mean a kind of Cirque du Soleil but electronic. A little bit more than that. When we did it 10 years ago in Barcelona, we did like a proper special electronic cabaret one day, and it was like people were not understanding really well what was happening, but you can see that there's a possibility to mix electronic music and good show quality art, and it works too, because tomorrow on Saturday you will see that we can do amazing new things like proper shows mixed with good music and good DJs. The tower is a bit more VIP, and the events are going to be a bit different. I'm not charging at the door. I'm only doing a big and art selection. So I will invite a lot of people, we'll do a list, we will do PR, and we'll have different kind of parties. On Sunday I'm doing Sasha, on Thursday I'm doing Nervo, on Tuesday I'm doing a party with Reboot, on Friday we're doing Louis Vega. So we have a lot of different events there, but it will be a little bit more a kind of social parties. Social events, no fee entrance, drinks, and cool, high-level parties. This is a little bit the concept. So it's to create with Ushuaia Club and Ushuaia Tower, like all together, a better and bigger experience for the clients, they can move from one hotel to the other one, so they have access to everything. And there you have, here in this one you have Minami, a sushi restaurant. In the other one we are building a steakhouse, Montauk. So doing a little bit bigger everything to give more to the people.
Reboot is a Cadenza artist who's a regular at Ushuaia. He talks to Toolroom TV about his new project on the island.
Well, yes, well, I'm doing this 5 nights here in Ushuaia at the Tower, so the new, smaller pool party venue, a little bit more intimate, but still, of course, a lot of people. And so we decided to have 5 nights in the high season. It's like a test balloon to see how does that work, and the concept behind it is from music-wise, we want to bring some special spirit to the island. We're gonna have special performances. I can't say the names right now from the rock industry that's gonna do like little special performances, and of course we got our nice electronic beats that I play and that I stand for. It's like a little bit of a mashup, and of course it stands for the lifestyle that we're living by now. A big guy from the rock industry once said to me, "You guys are more rock and roll than we have ever been." And I mean, yeah, all this touring around the world, and I don't know, yeah, it is a rock and roll lifestyle, and that's what we're trying to bring to the people and celebrate that. Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, that's what exactly I would tell the people. Don't just run from one party to the other and get smashed up 24/7, and at the end of the week you need a 2-week holiday from Ibiza. I mean, the partying is a very important part, but especially if you go up to the north, there's so beautiful little beaches. It's very quiet, has nothing to do with the Playa de Bossa party stuff. And the island has such a beautiful flora and fauna, and really nice little beaches where you can just relax and go to little typical Ibizan restaurants, have some nice seafood, and just relax yourself. Ibiza is not just Playa de Bossa or San Antonio. There is much more to discover, and I would really advise everyone to take some time off the dance floor as well to explore the island.
Joining us for a quick chat on the beach was Toolroom's head honcho, Mr. Mark Knight, telling us what he thinks about the island and what he likes to do besides coming over to DJ.
The first time I ever come to Ibiza was as a kid, as I suppose most people did, and I have a real vivid memory of the first time I came here. It poured with rain the whole week. And back then when I was a kid, the roads weren't quite in the same state as they are now, and we hired a car and we went to this church. It was absolutely in the middle of nowhere, and I couldn't tell you where that is now, and we got stuck in the car. So my first and lasting memory of Ibiza is getting stuck in this little car, me, my mum and my brother, trying to push it out, and we was covered in this red mud. And then we ended up going to a church, and I was scared of churches, and I cried my eyes out. So it wasn't the best introduction to Ibiza. So the second time I came to Ibiza was in 1989, which was a very pivotal time for the island, especially musically. It was the whole birth of acid house. And it was the very first lads holiday we ever went on. We just left school and we came over, and we come out of Es Paradis one morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we'd had a lot of fun. I'll leave you to fill in the blanks, and it sort of changed my mind. It was one of those real cliched moments, you know. It's like, wow, what is this music? You know, it was incredible, and the energy and the vibe that was about the place. It was really instrumental, and the way my kind of musical career developed. So it has a very deep-rooted place in my heart. It's going to be a very exciting season for Ibiza. You know, it's been very transient this winter. You know, a lot of people moving from different clubs, new clubs popping up, which is a great thing for Ibiza. You know, and we'll introduce a whole new raft of people to the island. And I think what's good about Ibiza now is it's moving with the times. You know, it's not this autonomous thing out on its own, doing its own thing. It's taking influence from what else is happening in the world, you know, especially the influence from America and how the clubs are being designed and built, and a lot more Americans coming over. So it's going to be a season where we're going to see big wins and big losers. You know, some people are going to come out smelling the roses, you know, different moves to different clubs, and things are obviously not going to go so well for some people, but it's going to be a very pivotal summer for Ibiza, and it's exciting, really exciting. You know, it's like the transfer window in the football season. You know, who's going to go where, and to see how it all develops and unravels. So I'm excited for this season.
So one of the key opening parties is definitely the Space opening Grand Fiesta. It's a huge scale event attracting clubbers from all over the world, with a lineup such as the Chemical Brothers, Groove Armada, Nick Fanciulli, Toolroom's very own Mark Knight, Funk Agenda, and a whole host more. Check it out.
Head over to Space for the opening fiesta with an all-star lineup featuring the Chemical Brothers, Sasha, Felix de Housecat, Roger Sanchez, Groove Armada, Too Many DJs, Nick Fanciulli, Funk Agenda and Toolroom's very own Mark Knight.
Nick Fanciulli was closing the outdoor flight stage at Space for the first time after Sasha. We caught up with Nick right after his set.
It was really good, really good. It was amazing. In fact, you know, I've been wanting to close this, the car park arena or the flight club or whatever you call it for years. You know, it's one of the ones I always used to come to as a kid. And to do it, and to, you know, we spent a lot of time doing lots of edits and special things for the set, and it was incredible. We were meant to finish at 12, we ended up finishing at like 1:45. So yeah, and then obviously playing in the main room with one of my heroes is it just tops off the week. You know what, this weekend's been amazing. You know, I just had my brother's wedding yesterday on the island, and then to come here and play the closing of the car park and then going on to do back-to-back with Sasha is just the perfect end to the weekend. I think this year people, you know, clubs have been a little bit more open-minded. That, you know, where there was that whole thing where if you play at a club like a residency or something like that, you only can play at that club. But this year it's been a bit more like you can diversify and play at different clubs, and I think that's really good because people like different venues and they want to see DJs in different places. So this year we're doing 5 for Coxie, we're doing 4 at Ushuaia for the Ants party, we're going to do the Corona Music On closing party for Marco, we're going to play for Luciano, we're going to do one for Pacha with Yoris. So it's nice, you know, varying it a little bit, and I think it's really good that certain clubs like Pacha are taking risks with new artists like Guy Gerber, Solomon, especially Ushuaia doing the Ants party. You know, and then the great nights like Coxie's Night at the Revolution is still going unbelievably strong. Cocoon, yeah, it's for me, it's just moving forward. Every year they're moving forward, and I think that's positive. Yeah, it's great, and it's less politics, more music. Listen, this island, for me, the majority of the music is amazing. You know, the majority of the good nights is good music, so that's only a positive. You know, if we were on an island that was full of rubbish music, then I'd be sort of, no one would be coming here. But you know, the DJ, I come here for a few days and I get to see a lot of DJs I want to see. And yeah, music is so strong on this island at the moment. I think it's the best I've seen it for a while. Actually, I've been coming to Ibiza with that guy there, one of my best friends, Matt. We came when I was 17 or 16 or 17, and we came like on a Club 1830s holiday with a few of our friends, and yeah, I just got the bug then. I'm a kid from the dance floor. I came and stood on the dance floor and loved the music and just got into music that way. And yeah, that was my first experience. My first experience was here. It was when I was 17, and I came to the Manumission after party, which was the famous one here. And yeah, I got the bug, and I've come here every year for the last 16 years. And it's such a lovely place to come. You know, people think Ibiza is just about the clubs. It's not. It's a great place to come and have dinner. You know, to eat and to relax and meet your friends, and it's a destination that you probably see more of your friends from around the world than anywhere else because they all come here to congregate. I think my advice to people is definitely save up before you come to Ibiza, because it is an expensive place, but you've got to think that they're only open for like 3 or 4 months a year, so that's the reason why it's a little bit more expensive. And try not to go too crazy straight away, you know, pace yourself, and but definitely plan, check out the parties you want to go and see, and try and do as much as possible, you know. Don't just do the clubs, do like, you know, go out for nice meals, go and see the sunset, go visit a lot of the beaches in the north, and don't just do the obvious things. Just do a bit of research.
Finally, we head over to Ibiza's longest-standing nightclub, Pacha. Pacha has been on the island since 1973, and this year sees many changes. We spoke with Chuckie on the launch of his new night, Dirty Dutch, along with supporting Belgians, EDM players, Dimitri and Like Mike.
I've been coming to Ibiza since 2007. The first time I got here, I was invited by the one and only David Guetta. I played with him in Amsterdam, and he heard me playing, like, you know, my own thing, and then he was like, wow, you know, I'm very impressed, I want you to do my warm-up sets in Ibiza. So that's why the first time I came in was 2007, and I did his nights for like 3 years in a row, and then moved on, did Eric Morillo's nights, and finally I'm here with my own night, Dirty Dutch. What you can definitely expect from Dirty Dutch, especially in Ibiza, it's gonna be different, you know, but that's always been the background of Dirty Dutch, you know, very versatile, and depends on the place I'm at, I always like kind of adjust my sound. So for Ibiza it's more housey, it's more techy, but still has that grimy Dutch vibe. Yeah, so throughout the season, you know, of course, the whole Dirty Dutch clan will be here. I got Glow in the Dark lineup, Beta Trace, Gregory Closeman, some good friends like Mystic Soul coming. So basically, those guys, they have all different kinds of styles, you know. But then again, when we play together, it's, you know, we kind of cover every genre, and so when you come to a Dirty Dutch night in Pacha, it's gonna be a little bit of everything, which keeps it exciting for the girls and for the real house heads. Yeah, definitely. You know, the reason why I came here and why I always like to come here, you know, was for that fresh breath of new music. You know, this island is always about the newest on the ground thing, and I think when you come to this island, just don't expect the regular hits. You know, come with an open mind and just be, you know, just embrace house music as it was and as it is, and just be surprised by the new stuff.
Well, the first time we came to Ibiza, yeah, it was definitely 2003.
Yeah.
He was working as how you say a proper, like a guy who sells the tickets and everything.
A promoter.
A promoter, and not really a promoter, a ticket seller, you know. So I was working as an entertainer and a DJ in the club, in the hotel that actually is Ushuaia today, but back then it was just a fiesta hotel. So I was doing the music for their musicals and their shows, and after the shows I was playing just a little bit of after that I was just playing a little bit of normal music. So yeah, then we just lived here for a couple of years, 2007.
I lived here till I was 18 and then I moved back to Belgium.
Yeah.
3 years.
And even after that we lived here a couple of years too. I mean, we've been like residents to Ibiza, from the shadiest little hotel to what we do now.
I've been giving out CDs to Eric Murillo, like, take my CD,
ever since fucking 2003. So Ibiza is our home. So to be here almost every week this year is a dream come true.
Yeah. Honestly, we're thinking of buying a house here by the end of the summer. We rented an apartment now for a couple of months, just because of the atmosphere of calmness on the island. You know, the rest you can get here, the nice weather all year round, more or less. Although it doesn't really make sense right now in Europe. Everything's fucked up. Like everywhere we go, it's bad weather.
But still, Ibiza is nice. The only thing about the whole clubbing thing is, like, the beauty of Ibiza is whatever you like. If you like big room house, if you like minimal house, tech house, even if you like fucking rock music, you can find your place here.
Yeah, and even if you don't like music, you can still find your place here. That's what I wanted to say, you know, like what they cut in between, you know. So you can do anything here, especially, like, I love food. You can have a lot of amazing food here. The Spanish cuisine is fucking like top shit, you know, like. So I think Ibiza is not necessarily only a place for clubbers to go.
It's the whole package.
So that's it for another full-on episode of Toolroom TV. Make sure you get your Ibiza flights booked now and don't miss out on all the great music and parties on the island. See you next time. Bye for now.